Hey Eagle-Gryphon gamers, my name is Rachel, and in this overview we are covering 3 new flicking games: Plakks, Plakks, and Olymplakks. Games so simple that the rules fit onto 1 to 2 pages. The first game that we will be taking a closer look at is Plakks, the new way to play football. In this game, the objective is to simply score a goal. First, decide who is going to be start player. I recommend that you flip the coin that is provided. Then the start player will place the ball in the white semicircle in front of their goal. Take aim, then flick. This is the kickoff. If the ball didn't end up in the opposing player's goal, it's the opposing player's turn to take a shot, aim, and flick. If a goal is scored, the player who was scored on must remove a player from their team. Then place the ball in the semicircle in front of their goal, take aim, and keep playing. If a player flicks the ball out of bounds, then the other player will get to place the ball where it went out and get 2 flicks. The first player to lose all their players on the field loses the game. Now for pitch and Plakks. There are 2 modes for this game, which are mini golf or match play. The goal of mini golf is to get your ball in the hole with the least amount of flicks. There are 10 total holes, and you can find them in the back of the rulebook. Once you have built a hole, a player takes the ball in their color and places it on the start dot. Now it's the player's goal to get the ball in this hole in the least number of flicks as possible. Once all players have taken their turn, build the next hole. Once all 10 holes have been played, count the number of flicks by adding each hole together. The player who has flicked the ball the least amount of times wins. Now, match play is slightly different in that the winner is the player who had the lowest number of flicks in the most holes out of 10. Finally, we have Olymplakks. This game takes over 10 sports and combines them with over 100 mini games. To play this game, each player receives a disc in their color and places it on the red edge of the main board. When it's your turn, you will flick your discs trying to land on the square that you are most interested in. But watch out, as others take their turn, they can bump and displace your disc to a square that you didn't want to land on. Once all players have flicked their disc, it's time to draw the cards matching the square that you landed on in player order. Each square has a pattern matching one of the decks. The arrows are for the group cards. When one of these is drawn, the group must participate in a mini game. The instructions for this mini game will be found on the card. For example, the basketball card may give players 3 attempts to make a basket using the backboard. There are 2 types of these cards, positive and negative. If a card is positive, the winner of the games gets 30 points. If the card is negative, the loser loses 30 points. The yellow target represents individual mini games. In this deck, there are only positive cards, but for different point values. Most of the cards will be worth 10 points, but some are worth 30 points. An example of an individual mini game would be bowling. You have 2 chances to knock down all of the pins. If you succeed, you get the points. But if you fail, you don't get anything. The plus symbol stands for positive points. Normally, these cards will be worth 5 points, but there are some that are worth 10 or even 30. The minus symbol stands for, that's right, you guessed it, negative points. Normally taking away 5 points, but sometimes 10 and even 30. Lastly, this symbol represents the thief card, of which there are 2 types. One allows you to take a card from another player. In the round, you receive the card and play it immediately. The other type allows you to take a card from a player in the round of your choosing. Once all players have drawn their cards, it's time to play their cards in player order. The winner of the game is the first to reach 100 points. Now, a few extra rules you need to know. If your disc goes off the main board, you can't take a card, but you can still participate in the games. If your disc lands perfectly in the center, you immediately win. Also, if you flick your disc and it's not your turn, you sit out from all mini games for this round. Thank you for watching our overview of 3 versions of Plakks. You can find these games on our website now. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and then click the link in the description to get a copy of each of these games for yourselves. I'll see you in the next overview.